Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, and wrestling fanatics, welcome to the F.E.W. Show. Guys, it's been a while. Captain BOGY here with you once again. This episode is episode number 9. Yes. This one is called A Doctor You Can Trust. I trust him. You'll see who I'm talking about. So today is October 22nd, 2016, and we are live. Running the controls of the F.E.W. Show is 24/7 Lou. What's up, Lou?
What's up, Bogey? I'm in here in the control room trying to keep it down.
That's right. You are kind of far away, man.
Control room.
The control room. Ooh.
It's just a closet with a bunch of buttons.
All right. Hey, we should have done a Halloween special, and you had a perfect voice for that right now. And behind the scenes is our stage manager, JFEW. Yeah. How's it going, JFEW?
He has no mic.
Oh, he has no mic, but yeah, he looks happy. All right, so our set designers are GIOMASTER and D Nightmare. They helped out over here, so we want to thank them. Thank you guys very much. And we are in the underground in the Miami area, 305. Our location is more secret than the innermost tombs of the ancient Egyptian pyramids. Yeah, you can't find 24/7 Miami studios unless you're personally invited. Our guest today is manager extraordinaire, Dr. Red Tyler. Okay, we're not getting too many applauses for him. Well, we had 5 ninjas subdue him and his driver, then blindfold, and they were flown in the private airstrip here behind 24/7 Miami Studios. To find out everything you need to know about the F.E.W. Show, go to a Facebook page and type in the words, The F.E.W. Show, and you will find our page. Go on there, guys. Support. Click like. Come on. So, and for those that don't know what the F.E.W. stands for, the F.E.W. stands for Fanatics Enjoying Wrestling. Yeah. But you already knew that. So, as we do in every show, we do a little disclaimer. We are the F.E.W. Fanatics Enjoying Wrestling, Incorporated 2014. We're a passionate group of wrestling fans. The goal of the show is to highlight what is going on in the Miami area wrestling scene through the experiences of the F.E.W. If you're a wrestling fan, you will appreciate this. If you're not a wrestling fan, we'll try to entertain you. That's entertainment, boy. So, we do not claim to be experts of Miami wrestling, but we do claim to be passionate. You can't take that away from us. So, the F.E.W.'s resume of wrestling promotions that we have supported include Pro, X-Wrestling, CCW, Ronin, D1PW, ICW, WXW, Brainbusters, F.E.W. Wrestling, and PWGP, Pro Wrestling Grand Prix. And there are some mentions already of a new wrestling organization that is going to be hitting the ground fast and hard. So get ready for them. I will mention them towards the end of the follow in this segment here. But they will be coming out January 7th. So put that one on your calendar. Okay. All right. So the bottom line is we are here to have fun. All right. Right now we are about to go into the some flyers of future events. And we got quite a few of them going on here in the local Miami area wrestling scene, including Fort Lauderdale and going north. So let's start off with the first one. All right, so it is up there on the screen. This one is Coastal Championship Wrestling, CCW. They're coming out October 29th in Coral Springs High School with their event, Homecoming Havoc. So you just need to go to the Few Show page and you will see all the information there to include the address. As you see, there's a special feature by Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Isn't that awesome, guys? Yeah. And actually, Brutus the Barber Beefcake will come up also again with my special guest, Dr. Red Tyler, because they actually had an encounter. Yes, that one is very interesting. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to take a quick look here at the Fighting Evolution, the Few Wrestling Fighting Evolution schedule. So that one is, oh, that's the Halloween Havoc. Hold on. Let me catch up. Okay, so that one is going to be Fall Fest Fallout. That's October 29th in Clewiston, right? Clewiston is how you pronounce it. Yeah, I know. I don't know. For some reason, I just like saying Clewistown many times, and JB Cool did correct me before. And they do have some future events, Fighting Evolution Wrestling, to include the People's Show. It's going to be in Miami for Sunday, November 6th. They have another, the People's Show in Miami, Sunday, December 4th. And Holiday Open Challenge. Wow. That one is in Coral Springs, and that one's slated for December 10th. So that one is for Fighting Evolution Wrestling. All right, we are going to go to the next one, which is Lucha Fest. And that one is put on by ICW. And we have quite a few local wrestlers there. ICW is a brand that has been around many, many years. But there's actually right there on the flyer is one of my favorites on the bottom right, which is Ace Mayhem. Yes, we know a lot about Ace Mayhem. And hey, Ace, you got to come on the show, man. We've been trying to get you on. So that one's going to be good. Lucha Fest. That one is Saturday, November 5th. There is going to be an ICW US Tag Team Championship. The System versus the Guadalupe Brothers. Yeah, the Guadalupes. All right, for the next one, we have November 19th. That one is Thanksgiving Throwdown, done by Brain Busters. So that one's November 19th in Pompano Elks Lodge in Pompano Beach, Florida. And as you can see, they're going to be bringing a turkey, and it looks delicious from here. So can't wait to see that one there. Okay, last but not least, and actually if we can get that one on the screen, last but not least, I was mentioning that there is a new wrestling promotion out there making a little bit of noise, starting to create a little wave. And that one is called Platinum Pro Wrestling. Yeah. So as you can see here, they did send out a little message. We at Platinum Pro Wrestling have just announced our commissioner, Mr. Montoya. Sounds familiar. So Mr. Montoya will welcome you to a new beginning of professional wrestling in South Florida, and we'll have announcements within the coming weeks regarding season's beatings. That one sounds real rough. Set to take place in Fort Lauderdale on January 7th. So just to let you know that Mr. Montoya is actually yours truly. I was touched on the shoulder and asked by the owners there if I would want to be the commissioner, and I was just honored. So I will be commissioner there for Platinum Pro Wrestling. It's going to be very exciting. Wow. Wow, we got a full stage tonight. So that's going to be very interesting. So again, on Facebook page, go ahead and type in Platinum Pro Wrestling so you can get all the information you can. In the upcoming weeks, there's going to be quite a few matches being announced. For right now, they do have a 6-woman fight going on. So that one should be very interesting. And I can't wait to see who else is going to be on the card. All right. So, ladies and gents, just wanted to mention, yeah, we were away for, I think it's been about a month and a half. And all we were doing is just resting, recuperating. Sometimes you need to recharge the good old batteries. So, you know, all the few we got together and we said, you know, we need to take a little vacation. So we went away. Yeah. And we actually went away to one of JFEW's favorite place, We went to Disney World. Yeah. All right. Now, we do have in the next segment coming up a special guest that we will be talking on the line. So it's going to be a telephone call conversation on this one. And that one is going to be Chico Adams. Yes, we are going to have Chico Adams on the line. Ask him a few questions. We're going to get to know him a little more. And let's see if we can pressure him to see if he can actually come on the show live in one of our future segments. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we have just concluded our segment here. So please stay tuned, keep an eye, and get ready for the rest of the show. So this is Bogey saying stay tuned to the Few Show. I'm out.
Miami, talking about everything that's happening in the news, everything that's happening in sports, everything that's happening out in the world. So let us know what's going on out there. Also, the interesting segment is when we have Ask Mike. Ask Mike. They always ask Mike some crazy questions, and that's what we have here on 24/7 Miami Radio on Monday. Wednesdays we have the Roy O Show. On the Roy O Show, he talks about everything from the walkers to soon, going back very soon too, in the studio with Captain Bogey with the Few Show. We're going to start going in very shortly. Very shortly, we're about to go in there and we're going to see what's going on in the studio with them. So let's just take a little mini 2-second break here while we get on there and get the guys ready in studio. So here we are on 24/7 Miami. Don't forget, you can check out our website, www.247miami.tv. You can go to our Facebook page, 247 Miami, where you can also click where it says click to hear the radio. You can listen to the show while you're on Facebook. So you can also do that on 24/7 Miami Radio. You can follow us on Instagram at 247 Miami. 247 Miami. Check out our pictures. We're going to be posting some pictures from today, what's going on here at the Few Show. And let's get ready to get back in studio right now with Captain Bogey in the studio. I guess going to have a special guest, an interview on there. Let's see if we get that one up.
Okay, mic one, mic check, mic check. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Mic one go up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Few Show. So, here in segment 2, we have a special guest on the line. And actually, if we can go ahead and set up some of that media that we have for him, we have Chico Adams. So, Chico Adams, can you hear me?
Chico.
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. So let me get.
I'm having a hard time hearing you over the shouting of the when everybody keeps shouting Chico Adams. You know.
Yes,
Chico.
Chico Adams is asking you guys, to stop screaming his name so much because he can hardly hear himself. They're apologizing, sir. But
no apologies necessary. It's a combination of chanting and shouting. It's called shouting. That's what they're doing right now. And quite frankly, I can't blame them. I would do it too if I was on the line.
Yes. And since I got this microphone here, I really don't want to go ahead and overextend myself and lose my voice, but I would be shouting too, sir. Let me give you a proper introduction here. Chico Adams, a.k.a. Bobby Adams, started in 2011. One of his favorite finishing moves is the spinning side slam.
That's right.
5'10", weighing in 205 pounds.
Actually, hold on. See there. Right now, I'm like 215. I've been working out a little extra hard than normal. So 215 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Holy, you mean you built more muscle on top of the muscle that I've seen before? How's
sure
that possible?
did. I'm leaner now than ever.
Holy cow. Well, sir, thank you so much for taking time out. I know you you are in an event today. If you could give us a little bit of info exactly where you're at and what the wrestling organization is.
Oh, it'd be my pleasure. I'm actually wrestling a gentleman by the name of Slade Porter tonight in Spring Hill, Florida, for a promotion called Brawl USA. The event is called Worth the Wait 2 is the name of the event. I'm actually leaving here in about 20, 25 minutes en route to Spring Hill. So as soon as this interview is done, I'm hopping in the old BMW and making my way.
It's funny you mentioned BMW because, I was taking a look and doing my research before this interview, and BMW pictures just keep on popping up. And actually, I think your YouTube page is Chico Adams BMW. Am I correct?
That's 100% correct, actually, yes.
So what's up with BMW? You do have a fascination on it, huh?
Yeah, well, my first car was actually a BMW Z3. I bought it when I was only 17 years old, the end of my junior year of high school. And the reason why I bought that car was because I've been working full time since I was 14 years old. So I actually paid for that car all by myself. I'm not going to disclose how much it cost, but there's a deeper meaning behind it because it showed that, when you see a nice BMW, you think someone who has money, you think someone who's successful. And you wouldn't picture a 17-year-old high school kid driving one, but
not at all.
Kind of it was a manifestation of all the hard work that I put in to have it. So, plus it stands out. I mean, when you see a BMW on the road, it stands out. It looks nicer. It's better than all the other cars on the road. And just like myself, when you see someone with a BMW, I stand out just like I always do.
Yes, you do. And just because I have a Toyota Matrix, I mean, at least it gets me from point A to point B. But yes, your car does stand out. And that's very impressive. Since 14, you saved up enough to go ahead and buy it by the age of 17. I mean,
yeah, not only did I save up enough to buy a car, but I saved up enough to pay for my college tuition and my wrestling school tuition and all that. So, yeah, I preach hard work.
Wow, that is very impressive. So, sir,
it's beyond impressive, but yes.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry that I'm holding back on my emotions.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'll let it slide. We all make mistakes, some more than others.
Yeah. The crowd is going crazy again.
Making my head bigger than it already is.
Oh my goodness! Should we get security and get some of these fans out of here? Because is it getting too noisy?
It's all good.
Okay,
it's
all right. All right. So, give us a little bit of backstory on how you became a wrestler. What was it that inspired you? What age were you where you started thinking, you know what? I want to go ahead and put my body on the line and entertain people.
My first early memory of wrestling, I was 3 years old, and we had a cabinet full of like blank VHS tapes. And I was going through them, and my dad actually had WrestleMania 5, which was the event was Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan. So that was my earliest memory. I remember watching it and just being fascinated. But at that age, I didn't know like what time it came on or anything. I didn't actually start watching it like every week until I would say fall 1998. And that was back when Stone Cold Steve Austin was,
booming.
the man.
Oh yeah.
So, I would say, like just within a few weeks of watching it from that point on, I made the decision that that's what I wanted to do. And I think most people didn't take it seriously. I mean, who would when someone's only 10 years old? But, I always wanted to be something big, and I always wanted to be, no matter what I did, I always wanted to be the best at it. So pro wrestling encompassed everything I always wanted to be and more.
Awesome. Hey, just like a BMW, man. Always impressive and huge, right?
That's it. You're catching on.
So what would you say is your wrestling style? Describe it a little bit.
It's a little bit of everything. I mean, I'm not really an aerial person. I don't do too much stuff off the ropes or anything. But I'm not going to lie. I like to fight dirty. Just like Ric Flair used to call himself the dirtiest player in the game. I mean, I like to win by any means necessary. So I'm very dirty in the ring. I do what I have to do to win and to be successful. I like doing some powerhouse moves. I'm a pretty strong guy, if I had to say so myself.
Yes.
So ground and pound. Basically whatever I have to do to win is what I do.
Well, you know what?
Simple.
I've seen some of that power firsthand. I've also seen some videos showing, and you kind of do this once in a while. You actually grab from time to time 2 wrestlers and like take them off their feet and do a power move. I mean, that's very impressive. That's a lot of strength. Where does it come from?
It comes from hours in the gym. Naturally, I used to be really skinny. I don't know if you've seen any pictures of me, but
yes.
I'm a very skinny person. So it takes a lot of food, lots of workout in the gym, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean,
okay. And you mentioned that
it's funny because I gotta cut you off there. It's funny because my mother used to always say to me, you're not Superman. I said, you're absolutely right. I'm not Superman because Superman has kryptonite. He has a weakness. I have no weaknesses. To say I'm Superman would be an understatement.
Wow. Okay. So no weaknesses at all?
None whatsoever, sir.
Food, ladies, money?
I have all that and then some.
Holy cow. Okay.
Actually, I do have a very nice lady. Her name is Emily.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. Hey, there's always a special.
I tell her all the time how lucky she is to have me, but the feeling's actually mutual. I'm lucky to have her as well.
There you go. And hey, it's recorded now, so you can always rewind it here.
Absolutely.
Eric Child made a 98, I think it's like a 98-second video of highlights that you have posted on your Facebook on October 14th. It shows a lot of impressive moves there, and some of those power moves also. What would you say is your top 3 favorite moves that you like to go ahead and get your opponents with?
One of them is actually the move you were talking about earlier, the spinning side slam. The thing about wrestling is pretty much every move you've seen has been done before. And so I always come up with this philosophy of just take a move and put your own spin on it, no pun intended. So I always liked sidewalk slam, and I thought, it's a different variation. Jesus Rodriguez, better known as Ricardo Rodriguez from WWE, he actually, taught me how to spin with it. He said it looks more impressive that way, and it's different. You don't see too many people doing the moves in that manner. So that would be one of my favorites. My other 2 finishing moves are the STO and the stroke. The stroke was made famous by, of course, Jeff Jarrett. Okay. But I've been using that lately, and works every time.
It pays off, huh? All right. You met WWE Hall of Famer, 1/3 of the NWO, the bad guy, Razor Ramon. How was that experience?
I'm gonna sort of correct you on that one. It wasn't that I met him so much. The fact is, he's actually an advocate for the Team Vision Dojo where I train. His son, Cody Hall, who actually wrestles in Japan, used to train there. So Scott would come by the school all the time, and he would watch us. He would give his professional critique on our matches, offer advice, which is priceless information you can't learn anywhere else. So I mean, not only did I meet him necessarily, but I've been able to sit down and pick his brain and ask him for professional advice, and he's the man. You can't find that anywhere else. If I could take a quick second to plug the Team Vision Dojo in Orlando, Florida. You never know who's going to come by. I mean, we have guests come by all the time. People from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, Evolve. I mean, some of the biggest names, and sometimes they don't know when they're coming. So,
okay, that's very impressive. What would you say has been the highlight of your career so far?
I can't really pinpoint any one specific event. just being able to just go out there and touch lives. Like I've had parents come up to me before and say, hey, you're my kid's favorite wrestler and you're their role model and they want to be like you and when they grow up.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
I mean, it's one of those things where you really can't, you can't put a price tag on that. I mean, it's to be able to have that kind of influence. And I know like when I was that age, watching guys like Chris Jericho and The Rock, guys that I grew up with, to have that kind of impact on this generation of children it's amazing. Just last week, though, I actually wrestled in front of the largest crowd I ever wrestled in front of. There was about 600 people there. There was a school in Kissimmee, and it was a fundraiser, and I got to wrestle the high school football coach, which was a lot of fun for me. So it was just amazing.
So he wasn't really a wrestler, but
I mean,
he got in the ring.
He had some training, but he, even if he did, it had been years since he had ever been able to showcase that. But just being able to go out there and tell a story with someone like that was just amazing, and the crowd reaction was just on point.
Awesome. Okay. Well, here's the most important question that I have for you. When will you bless us with your presence live here on the Few Show? Everybody wants to know. Listen to the crowd. I'm not kidding.
Hey, keep it going. I don't care. You can have that all day long.
So we got to make this happen.
When it comes to that, there's a time, a place. I hate to say it, but there's also a price that comes along with that. The Joker from Batman once said, "If you're good at something, never do it for free." So, I mean, when the time is right, hey, you never know. I do come to Miami though for shows every now and then. I'll actually be there. I would say less than a month from now. JB Cool runs a promotion down that way.
Yes.
So, I mean, hey, they can coincide with my schedule, and the price is right. Hey,
sounds good. Hey, I guess I'm going to start saving now and see if I can get a BMW and get you in here then. All right.
That would be amazing.
Well, thank you very much, Chico Adams, for your time. Thank you for sharing with us a lot of your experience, getting to know you a little better. And good luck tonight in that match and kick some butt, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks for having me. It was a true honor. I dreamt about this moment since I was younger. I wanted to be on the F.E.W. show. So the pleasure was all yours. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And tonight, Chico Adams will walk out with the W, just like he always does.
That's it. Okay, Chico Adams, thanks again. So, guys, that was Chico Adams live on the line. And we are about to take our quick break here. So, remember, stay tuned to The Few Show.
This is 24/7 Miami Radio, and we're going into our break here, our second break, because we're coming up very soon. Coming up in the next segment, it's going to be Dr. Red Tyler. It's going to be in studio with BOGY, Captain BOGY. He's going to be in studio with him. So before we get to that stuff, let's talk about 24/7 Miami Radio. We have overnight. What we do is we turn over the station over to the EDM folks. And they play all electronic music all night, all the way till 7 a.m. From 12 to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they play electronic dance music. We get tweets, we get favorites from everyone over there. We get favorites from everyone over there doing all that stuff. Guys, I need you guys out of there, please, in that area, in that section, away from this section. There are a bunch of cables there. I do not need to be cut off right now while we're going on air. So once again, 24/7 Miami Radio. 24/7 Miami Radio. 24/7 Miami Radio is here on www.247miami.tv, and we have a lot of different stuff here on the network. Again, I was saying before, the electronic dance music we have here from 12 to 7 every night. So you can check out everything that's going on in the world of music, because soon we have all those big festivals. I don't want to say any names, Ultra, and we're gonna have them all here on 24/7 Miami Radio. We're gonna check out what's going on. We're gonna have our reporters go out there. Also, this weekend, I know this is as you're watching it for your folks on YouTube, it may have passed. But we have Angela Guevara, one of our bloggers, goes online with us, and she'll be Facebooking live from the South Beach Seafood Festival. So that's going to be an interesting thing. Now, you know what? Let's take a moment here to talk with the few kids that I have them back here in the studio. Let's say we come over here. D Nightmare, GeoMaster, come over here for a second. Okay, right next to me here is D Nightmare. D Nightmare, you had a chance to talk to Dr. Tyler Red. Tell me, how was that interview?
It was good. It was pretty good. I think Dr. Red Tyler was a little rude though. I think he needs to be taught a lesson. So, Bogey, go.
Oh, motivational words for Bogey when he gets into the studio with Dr. Red Tyler. Now here we have GeoMaster coming here. Now you asked him a question that he stormed off. For those of you who missed it, you can check out our Facebook Live video that we have on the F.E.W page where he stormed off on us. And I don't know, left us just guessing what's going to happen. What was that question you had there for him, GeoMaster? Remind us.
I asked him, why did he attack Bogey on X Wrestling?
And what happened?
So, I wasn't really there, but I guess David Fan could tell you.
No. I mean, what happened when you asked him the question?
He freaked out, and he was very rude, like David said, and he went out the room like nothing. He had no respect for us. He didn't answer the question, and he said that we insulted him. It doesn't make any sense. Well, all we did was ask him a question that was in the list, okay, and it actually happened. So you, Dr. Red Tyler, it did happen. Don't say it did.
Now, guys, tell me a little bit about the pre-show, the pre-F.E.W show. Tell me how have you guys been doing that? Give me a few minutes. Talk to me about who have you interviewed on those shows?
Well, some of the people we've been interviewing is
Bruce.
Bruce is a part of our first show. We also had the
JP Cool.
JP Cool. Yep, we did.
And David did Black Mask.
Black Mask.
Ricky,
that was a crazy man. That was like the craziest one.
Ricky Rush and our latest, Dr. Red Tyler. Boo!
Boo! Bogey, you got this. You could do this.
Testing.
Hey guys, okay, great. Wow, you guys had a lot of stuff there going on. So now let's get back in studio with Captain Bogey, who has a special guest for us. It's going to be crazy in there. So we're going to get in the studio in a few seconds. We're going to go in there. Captain Bogey. Now, Captain Bogey, let me see. Is your mic on?
Testing.
Yeah, stop eating the microphone, by the way.
Well, I'm tasting.
All right.
I want to make sure this one too is on. Is this one on? Number two.
Yeah, the mic's on. Okay. So now, Bogey.
Yes, sir.
The mic is yours.
All right. Thank you, 24/7. So, welcome back, guys, to the F.E.W show. Here we are on segment 3. This is flying. Wow. When you have fun, that's how it goes down with your boy, Captain Bogey. All right. Now, we are about to get our special guest here on our stage. He will be here to answer some questions. Though, Captain Bogey versus Dr. Red Tyler in a F5 match. Oh, what? You're asking yourself, what is a F5 match? The F.E.W. Fast 5 Fanatic Face Off. That's right. Okay, so coming on stage is Dr. Red Tyler. It's okay. I trust him. He's a doctor. I trust him. I should. No? Well, maybe.
Is this what you call a studio? Is this what I was driven all the way down here to? This place is like a toilet.
Not too bad. It's better than when I was doing it back in my living room. How are you, Dr. Red Tyler?
It's a pleasure to.
Okay. That was nice.
It's less than a pleasure. It's probably mostly your pleasure.
There you go. It is my pleasure. You are a doctor, so that's probably the only reason why I have some sort of respect for you. I know you kind of rude, but I don't know. I trust him. I trust this guy.
Let me begin the show by correcting you.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
a doctor in the business of professional wrestling. Something you know probably very little about.
Well, oh boy. Well, I did read your background, so I believe, if I'm correct, that you were a doctor at a certain promotion and then you came up to become manager? I'll actually quote it in a little bit because that was my impression. So we will be going head to head in this F5 match. I will be asking the question no one dares to ask, and Dr. Red Tyler will need to have an answer.
I may not dare to answer.
Okay, that is your prerogative. So let's go to the tail of the tape. I am Captain BOGY, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing in at exactly what the doctor ordered. Hailing from NYC and Miami, wrestling promotion, The Few Show. So my finishing move is the F5 gotcha. I have been quoted as saying 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 4 rights will get you dizzy.
I'm sorry, what is he talking about?
I'm giving an introduction to me because we're
introduce
versus
yourself. Yeah, whatever you need to do, pal.
Okay, so this is versus Dr. Red Tyler, and the Dr. Red Tyler with nickname The Psychological Advantage, D. Red Tyler, and the only man that matters. Very interesting. I'm curious to know where the nickname of The Psychological Advantage come from. And
well, it's very easy to answer. I walk into an arena and I look out over the vast crowd and I see nothing, a whole lot of nothing.
Wow.
So it's very easy to have a psychological advantage over all the cattle I see out there that probably can't add 2 + 2. So that's pretty easy.
But we're fans and we're human and we come to enjoy wrestling. So you see as a cattle?
I see you the way I want to see you.
Oh boy. Okay. So
you're almost human.
Just to bring a little bit about his resume, Dr. Red Tyler began as a doctor at ringside at CCW Coral Springs event back in 2006. The fans began to quickly dislike his presence. I wonder why.
Why would they do that?
So he did ask the CEO at the time, Dan Ackerman, if that he would be interested in managing someone. And so quickly he became the manager of the Dirty White Boys by the next show. How was that experience becoming a manager?
It was a perfect experience. You could just imagine that the crowd loved the Dirty White Boys, and you know that they loved me. So, you know, that turned out really.
They probably loved you just as much as the
nice.
Dirty White Boys.
Right.
All right. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and go with these Fast 5 Fanatic Face-Off questions. So first question, Dr. Red Tyler. How long have you been in the wrestling business, and what is the history of Dr. Red Tyler?
I began, again, as you said, as a doctor at ringside back in 2006. So obviously moving into 2017, I'm going into 11 years in the business. And I did start as the doctor at ringside, and I was requested to begin managing.
Okay.
And in my illustrious 10+ year career, I have managed a few heavyweight champions and a few tag team champions.
Interesting. So you went from saving lives to managing people for money.
Yeah, you might say that's
very interesting.
Somebody's money. Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2. Out of all the famous wrestling managers in history, for example, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Paul Bearer, Jimmy Hart, Fred Blassie, who would you say is your favorite manager of all time and why?
I have to give props to Bobby the Brain Heenan, but at the same time, I might go with Jim Cornette.
Oh, wow.
Because he was a great manager. He managed the Midnight Express amongst other teams. He was a great mouthpiece in professional wrestling. That's very important if you're going to be a manager.
And actually, he did carry around, I believe it was a racket, a tennis racket. Was that him?
I believe he did because he played a lot of tennis.
Okay, and so I see kind of a correlation because could you show the viewers what it is that you have in your hand? What's this object?
It's a walking stick.
It's a walking stick.
Yeah.
I've seen you without the walking stick walk just fine. So why do you need the support of a walking stick?
Sometimes I have back problems. It's really none of your concern. Can we move on to the next question?
Okay. Question number 3. What has been the highlight so far in the career of Dr. Red Tyler?
That's a good question. Well, I'll tell you a few things. Number one, I got to manage the Red Devil fight team back in my day to 4 tag team titles in the state of Florida.
Oh, wow.
And I also managed a tag team called the Illustrious Ones, which was Danny Embry and Scotty Landon. And we took the CCW Tag Team Championship from Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers.
Wow.
In a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
That's huge.
Yeah, that was all fine until the very end when they picked me up and put me through a table.
But
rather not discuss that right.
But wow, you have a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, who are these people?
I think they're your fans. Yeah. But was that match? It was a straight up match. I mean, no cheating or anything like that, or
what are you talking about?
Why would anybody want to pick you up and throw you unless you probably did something bad?
Well, because I supported the tag team champions.
Okay.
I guess they were just they're bad losers at the time, and I did what I had to do.
All right. So I guess he was the victim there.
I usually am.
All right. Question number 4. Who are your top 5 wrestlers of all time? You can dig back old school, new school, local. What would you say would be your top 5?
I have to first give props to, without a doubt, I have to give props to the Four Horsemen.
Wow.
So I have to go to Ric Flair, who actually I was lucky enough to talk to.
Really?
Flair, I did get to meet
Wow.
Flair.
How was he?
He was very good to me.
Okay. Down to earth?
Down to earth. Arn Anderson, Terry Funk. I will say Chris Benoit, who is probably the greatest technical wrestler I've ever seen.
I would agree.
Along with Kurt Angle.
Wow. Yeah.
I have to give credit where credit is due, and they deserve that in professional wrestling.
Definitely. Well, and talking about old school and new school, I don't know if you saw this little presentation here, but our few kids, they went ahead and put together some dream matches, I think. So I don't know what you think about this little presentation here.
Are they still dreaming?
No.
Come on. Be quiet.
Okay. So, and then question number 5. Well, actually, question number 5, I think you answered, because it was going to be, what is the purpose of your cane? I mean, let's be realistic. It really doesn't look like it serves much of a purpose.
Is my cane,
other than,
truthfully, really an issue to you?
If you
Is
don't
this a
need
problem
it,
for you?
it's like me walking around with a helmet if I don't have a motorcycle.
Well, you got those silly headphones on, so I can carry a cane. What's the difference?
Okay. Well, you're right. This is for your prerogative. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just come to the end of segment number 3. So, guys, stay tuned. We have one more to go, and we're going to get a little more in-depth with Dr. Red Tyler. So, stay tuned to The Few Show.
Do you have to shout that in my ear? For goodness sakes.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, you're watching 24/7 Miami. You're watching 24/7 Miami, and that's The Few Show. They're on a break right now, going to that 4th segment. Who knows what can happen in the 4th segment? That's what we're going to have here on 24/7 Miami Radio. That's Dr. Red Tyler in studio with Captain Bogey. So far, it's getting tense in there, but let's see what happens in the next segment, segment 4. So, yes, this is 24/7 Miami Radio. You're enjoying The Few Show here, but let's talk about the other shows we have here. We have Now Trending, which goes Mondays live from 4 to 6 p.m. here on 24/7 Miami Radio. You can check Joy Canizaro, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, Mike Hernandez, all in studio, breaking down what's going on and what's now trending. Joy is currently on a trip somewhere, so we're going to have a good story when she comes back. So you can listen to that show Monday, 4 to 6 here on 24/7 Miami Radio. Also on Tuesday we have The Couch. The guys from The Couch come in studio. They go live from 7 to 8, and they talk about everything happening in the world of sports. just to keep you guys updated, we will be coming back to the Few Show in about a minute. In 1 minute, we'll be back. We'll be back with the Few Show. But let's talk about the guys on the couch. We have W. Dubai, Clem December, and Coleman in studio, breaking down different types of things in sports. They have the craziest segment of Simple Jack. We have some crazy wacky stories. Then we also have W. Dubai Knows It All. You gotta check that show out here on 24/7 Miami Radio. Then at 8:30, followed by the OT doctors of fantasy football, where we have Dr. J and Good Goody breaking down fantasy football. You know, like a lot of people right now, NFL's going on. We're going into our weeks of NFL here. We're in the middle of all the NFL season. Well, and you know, some of those folks, like I do, and as 24/7 Miami has, we have a 24/7 Miami fantasy football league. Well, these guys talk about fantasy football. They talk the numbers. They talk about what's out there, who the next player to get. So that's what's going on here on 24/7 Miami Radio. And on Wednesday, we have the Roy O Show. The Roy O Show with the man himself, Roy O. Along with him is F.E.W, or Little O, and Prosper, and that mean, nasty, evil Wheel of Pain. Wheel of Pain. You guys got to check that out. They have a wheel. They spin it. There's a punishment. Someone gets egged. Someone can pee in their pants, or many other different crazy things that we have there on the Royal Show. So now we're going to get ready to go back in studio with the Few Show. We have the man himself, Captain Bogey, with a very hostile guest. Bogey.
All right. I cannot hear myself. There we are. And I don't know if I would say hostile, if there was a worse word for that. But anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Few Show. Here we are. That wasn't so loud. Here we are back in segment 4. Wow. Yes, we are live, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay. No, because I see JFEW with a look like a deer in headlights with 3 trucks about going after him. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I have my guest here, Dr. Red Tyler. We have been waiting for him for weeks. He was kind of making it difficult to get on the show. He was asking about that, the room that he was going to be waiting in and needed M&Ms, and that his driver needed to receive a manicure, and so many things just to get him here. But we finally managed. Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, and as you notice, waiting in that waiting room, I got absolutely nothing from the few people that are sitting in this so-called studio.
Okay, the few kids. They're the few kids, and
few. They're few, all right.
Yes, they are.
Hopefully there'll be fewer by the end of the show.
Okay. Wow. Is there a worse word than hostility? So, just out of curiosity, and this was a question that came from our studio audience, where does Dr. Red Tyler live?
If you need to know, I live in a penthouse overlooking these difficult, tough streets of Boca Raton, Florida.
Wow.
Somebody has to do it. Obviously, I'm that someone, because you certainly couldn't afford that.
So the streets are tough in Boca Raton?
Very difficult, yeah.
I heard it's expensive there, so it sounds like it should be safe.
No, one store has closed down in the last 10 years, so that's pretty bad.
Well, okay. Is that maybe why you carry around a cane, just protection?
Why do you keep asking me about my cane?
Okay, so
this is a big deal to you, isn't it?
No, not at all. No, I'm
can
just
we move on with these
trying to
ridiculous
figure
questions?
out, because I saw you walking just fine without the cane an hour ago.
Yeah.
All right. So how many wrestlers have you managed? I mean, if you could give a ballpark number in the last 11 years. Because it sounds like you've been around.
Yeah, Danny Embry. I did a show once.
Chico Adams.
I managed Billy Fives. I managed Chico Adams to the national championship of CWE. I managed Tim Zabisco. That name might be slightly familiar to you. And yes, I did meet his father.
Wow.
And again, I had the tag team champions, the illustrious ones, and I had the Red Devil fight team which was Miguel Ivanov and Alexander Chekhov, the Russians. And I had
Russians. Where did you find them?
in Russia. Where'd you find those headphones?
They were here.
And I managed Stormy Lee, who is the girlfriend of Francisco Chiazzo, but I knew Stormy Lee beforehand, and she was my CWE ladies champion as well. Recently, down as part of the X Wrestling, I have been managing the Big Crush Barrington Hughes, who
we saw.
would you stop, please?
We saw what happened in X Wrestling, and I do have a question once you're finished. With
he's a future champion without a shadow of a doubt. So I know that's just a matter of time, because who can beat Barrington Hughes?
I would not be able to.
I'd like to see that happen.
I'll step into the ring and right back out.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
So, being that you did bring up Barrington Hughes, the last time that we saw you guys was in X Wrestling, and there was a little altercation where
there was
a small altercation where the owner, Josue Melendez, was in the ring, and he was confronting
he was
you and your partner. Actually, let's talk about that. How did this union with the Black Mask come about? Because usually you just do your own managing thing yourself.
The Black Mask. Does he wear like a white suit, white uniform thing?
Yeah.
Does he wear a black mask over his face?
That's correct.
Really?
That's what they call him.
Yeah, I've never seen him before.
He was there. He was like a few feet away from you when
he was where
in X Wrestling when you came in, and actually you came in with his henchman.
You must have been at a different show, because I have no recollection of this.
Okay, well, it seemed that you shouted some orders, and all of a sudden Barrington Hughes turned on the co-owner of X Wrestling, Josue Melendez, and at that point, once he got slammed through the floor.
I remember shouting to somebody, "Can I have a drink of water?"
Black Mask came into the ring where you were, and it seemed that you guys had this conspiracy built from who knows how long.
I was asked this earlier today, which of course was an insult to me. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told those little rugrats out there.
The few kids.
Yeah. Like I said, I had nothing. I had nothing to do with anything that went on. If I happen to be there, which I guess I have a lapse of memory about, I don't know. And I was going to apologize, but there's nothing to apologize for, because I had nothing to do with anything. Listen, my moniker is, would I lie to you? You know you can trust me.
You're a doctor. For whatever reason, I do trust you. I don't know why.
Is there an echo in here?
I think these are your fans. Your fans are expressing their wonderment of you being.
I can't go on with this show if I keep getting consistently insulted. I came a long way.
Oh, you take this as an insult? Actually, I thought you enjoyed the adulation and the energy and the. Okay.
No, I'm actually pretty disgusted at this point.
Okay. I did want to mention you were actually involved in a match with Josh Flores. This was in CWE ring announcer, and it was the first ever tuxedo match. I watched the match, and I can give you a few of the moves that Dr. Red Tyler gave. The moves were rake in the eyes, low blow, knee to the stomach, chop to the chest, which was pretty impressive. And then eventually he took off your shirt and exposed your suntan, if you want to call it that. And at the end of the whole thing, you ended up in pink boxers, was it? They were pink.
I wasn't wearing pink boxers.
That's what it looked like on the video.
Maybe you had a messed up video screen, because I remember wearing bluish color boxers.
No, it was pink. I know my colors. So how did that come about? Why did that match occur? He
Because
seemed to be a nice guy.
yeah, but you didn't know behind the scenes what I was dealing with. He was completely unprofessional, and he had it coming to
He
him.
was unprofessional.
Yeah, so I did what I had to do.
So you were professional.
I'm always professional.
You keep it okay.
Always.
I trust you.
You should.
Okay, and actually, another video that I did see
Keep answering the same
with
stupid
you
questions.
was with Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Got to bring this up too, huh?
Well, thank goodness it looked like it was in 2014. I guess by then you were able to grow your hair back. But how did it feel to get shaven bald by Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
How would you feel if you were shaved bald by anybody?
Anybody else? It probably was stink. But Brutus the Barber Beefcake, are you kidding me? Do it, baby. Do it.
I got my head shaved in front of over 800 people. It was embarrassing. It was aggravating. I got to go home that way.
Okay.
That was one of the low points in my life. Thank you, Brutus, for nothing.
So you were just innocently standing by, and he picked on you.
I was innocently standing by. I was there to pat my guy on the shoulder. Next thing I knew, my hair was cut after I woke up in the middle of the ring.
Okay.
Being asleep. I don't even know how I got to sleep.
Well, Dr. Red Tyler, I want to thank you very much for being here on the show. This is very interesting. At this point, we're going to give a few shout outs here. So we want to thank Soy Fabulous, GIOMASTER, Rhino Papa Few, and actually Reality Check, a new show out there. So you guys need to check it out. Reality Check, you got your shout out, brother. We got Pablo Marquez, Josue Melendez, and Bruce, the ref of refs, Greg Classic, JB Cool, Richard Tingle, Sean Patrick. Keep doing your thing.
Who is this show about? It's not about any of them. Your focus today is on me. It's on Dr. Red Tyler.
We're doing the shout out to close the shows.
Yeah, you shouting out? I got news for you, buddy. Here, shout this out.
Wow. That was rude.
Moron.
All right. We need to get security. Get security to get him out of here. Freaking guy. All right. So, guys, again, we want to thank for your support. Go onto the Few Show page on Facebook. And, guys, we are about to wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Get ready for the next episode, episode 10. We're going to have a special guest coming. So, guys, thank you very much. This is your boy, Captain BOGY, saying thank you very much for watching The Few.